several areas in China, July 26, 2024.
Nhìn 两个来家刷回照出来，两个来家刷回照出来，来今天，家刷回两盖。完了，废了，全废了。
The Three Gorges Dam has opened its flood discharge gates for the first time this year, with the aim of alleviating flood control concerns upstream of the world's largest hydropower project as the rain shifts westward along the Yangtze River. The speed of discharge from two sluice gates of the dam in several provinces, which were opened, will gradually increase from 27,000 cubic meters per second to 31,000 cubic meters per second, according to the Ministry of Water Resources. The Hanjiang River in South China's Pearl River Basin has flooded for the fifth time this year, the Ministry of Water Resources said on Saturday. Due to heavy rainfall, the water level at the Hanjiang Dam located on the river's mainstream reached 42.01 meters on Friday night, the ministry said. The ministry closely monitored the flood situation and managed pre-releases from 3 reservoirs along the river, totaling 220 million cubic meters, to prepare for flood interception. The second Songhua River in northeast China saw its first flood this year on Saturday as the water inflow into the Fengmin Reservoir in its upper reaches hit 9,010 cubic meters per second. The ministry has urged local authorities to ensure the safety of reservoirs, manage floods in small and medium-sized rivers, and prevent mountain torrents. Torrential rains during the peak flood season, from late July to early August, have triggered flash flooding in many parts of China. The ministry said rainfall in the upper stretches of the Yangtze had increased the speed of water flow into the Three Gorges Reservoir to 50,000 cubic meters per second as of 6 p.m., raising the water level to a record high of 161.1 meters for this time of the year. This means that the second major flood has formed in the Yangtze this year. The first major flood in Asia's longest watercourse was reported in late June in its lower reaches. The Changjiang Water Resources Commission, an affiliate of the ministry that governs the Yangtze Basin, will assess the situation continuously and may increase the water discharge from the reservoir accordingly, the ministry said. After entering their rainy season, many areas in the middle and lower reaches of the Yangtze have experienced persistent torrential rains. That led to water levels at 185 hydrological stations surpassing their flood warning marks on July. During that time, the Three Gorges Dam played a crucial role in mitigating the impact of water from the upper reaches of the Yangtze, significantly alleviating the flood control situation downstream, the ministry said. However, that resulted in the water level in the Three Gorges Reservoir reaching 159.9 meters as of Wednesday, 15 meters above its normal level. Typhoon Gaemi pummeled towns in China's coastal Fujian province on Friday, July 26, with heavy rains and strong winds as the most powerful storm to hit the country this year began its widely watched trek into the populous interior. The storm has affected almost 630,000 people in China's Fujian so far, with almost half of them having to be relocated, Xinhua news agency reported. While Gaemi has been downgraded to a tropical storm because of slower wind speeds, its vast cloud bands remain a significant flood risk, particularly to rivers in central China already elevated due to summer rains. Efforts must be made to prevent breaches of major rivers and the collapse of large and key medium-sized reservoirs, Xinhua quoted a readout of the meeting as saying. Due to the typhoon, 72 townships across Fujian recorded accumulated precipitation exceeding 250 millimeters, with the highest reaching 512.8 millimeters, local weather bureaus said. By late Friday, Gaemi is expected to reach Jiangxi province, home to China's largest freshwater lake, Poyang. Forecasters warned as many as 10 provinces could be affected, including Henan, a province with a population of over 100 million in central China. Henan's Meteorological Bureau expects Gaemi to start ushering in rains on Friday night. Into next week, Gaemi's impact is expected as far north as the provinces of Jilin and Liaoning, both of which are still grappling with overflowing rivers and waterlogged cities following a powerful cluster of summer storms a few days ago. Scientists have warned that global warming is worsening tropical storms, making them less frequent but much more intense, according to a report published on Friday. A forecast on Wednesday said the upper reaches of the Yangtze would swell remarkably in the following week due to continuous downpours in the next 10 days in Sichuan province and Chongqing. A forecast from the National Meteorological Center shows that a vast stretch of regions in the Yangtze's upper reaches, including the Sichuan Basin and the southeastern part of the Qinghai-Tibet Plateau, will receive 60 to 120 millimeters of rainfall in mid-July, and the precipitation in some areas in the basin, which covers Sichuan and Chongqing, may exceed 300 millimeters. China has allocated 66 million yuan of funds to support the urgent restoration of roads damaged by rain-triggered floods and geological disasters, according to the Ministry of Finance. On Thursday, Gaemi flooded several Taiwanese cities and towns. Rescuers pulled nearly 1,000 people out of floodwater in inflatable boats, the Taiwan government said.